Today, we are going to be looking at an app I am building called Wispy.co, the letter company. The app allows you to send real physical letters in the mail from AI voice dictation on your phone. You can take a photo and it will be placed directly in the letter, and you can purchase credits to send out letters in pack. This is the loading screen for the app. I built it in, let me just check what it's called. I built it in, oh, this is the wrong one. I built it in Jitter, the loading animation, and I exported it as a Lottie file, imported expose Lottie package through npm. Now, I'm not sure if the recording feature won't work directly from here. We have to build it for a device locally. So we're going to go iPhone Pro 16 so we can build it directly on the Mac. That way we will be able to test the voice dictation and you'll be able to see it versus me doing it off of iPhone mirroring. But while we're at it, there's a letters function, which shows you letters that you have sent. There's a contact. There's your address configuration and your sign out. So that's that. We'll let this compile and build. This background animation is done in Spleen. So if we go to our browser and we open up a Spleen tab, we will notice here we have this particular model. And if I go and reset the camera, that's the camera view, and this is the animation that's happening. The animation is essentially some volumetric cloud emitters with some lighting and gradients. It's pretty simple. If we go back to Ghosty and we pull up simulator, it's still compiling. Yeah, so while that's compiling, I'll just show you an app that I've been working on that just got its approval from Google OAuth. So this is a calendar visualizer that syncs with your Google Calendar, and it allows you to see our overlapping events. So if I pull up my calendar, I connect, and we don't store any data, so it's all real time. And we'll just let that load. I think it has a bit of a function issue right now. If I go to the console, plausible, blocked by client, that's fine. I'm just gonna refresh here. Yeah, before it took a bit to load, I'll have to figure that out. I'll let that sit for a bit. And let's go back and check into Ghosty. So, okay, so if we go to simulator, it's just about to launch here. Okay, so we get our loading view, we get our app loaded, and let's move this over a tad. Oh, okay, so let's make sure that our audio input is system, audio output doesn't matter so much. And then if we hit record, so just testing the dictation feature in the Wispy app. Okay, so that worked. So that goes up to a Cloudflare worker and connects to the OpenAI API, and then returns your dictation. And then if we like this, you want to choose a contact next. It'll ask to share your contacts. So you can either share one or share all or share many. So go share all. And then we can choose a contact here. And we can go back to record your letter. And then we can add an image. I don't think, yeah, we don't have image input, so we'll skip that. I can show you how it works in the iPhone mirroring. I'll show that real quick. So iPhone mirroring, just let me get up the dictation. So testing 1, 2, 3. I'll add my contact. I will take a picture. I'll lock my screen. I will connect here. And so I just took a picture on my phone, and then you can draw a path, confirm selection. It's going to go out and add that path and add it to your letter in the bottom right-hand corner. Get ready to send. I'm going to take it off live mode. So I have 10 credits remaining, and that's because I purchased 10 credits in this flow, which I can show you how that flow works eventually here. But if we just go send test, okay, it sends, you go to letters. Here's the most recent view letter preview. So here's the address to and from, our stamp, the message, and the image. And that gets sent out in the mail. And once this confirms it's sent, it'll take a credit off your system. And it's about $3 a letter Canadian that I'm going to be charging based on my costs. So yeah, that's Wispy in a nutshell. I'm going to keep developing it right now. You may want to drop off if you're not a developer, or if you are interested, just hang in and we're just going to go. All right. So let's get into developing the different aspects of the Wispy app. So if we go into the app itself, I want to focus on the compose flow first. So probably the most confusing part so far is that I'm going to delete this, is that you record and then you have to add the contact, but it's not very obvious. So I should disable record until a contact is chosen. So that's the next step. I'd like to disable the record button until a contact is chosen. And if they tap the record button, it should highlight the contacts button so that it's obvious that that should be the next step. Bismillah. All right, so we'll let that cook, and we can't commit just yet because it just started writing code, but we're going to commit and push up pretty soon. And we're going to have to figure out how to get this compiled for testing in test flight. I'm hoping to have it in test flight by the end of the week. The question is, can you have Stripe payments in test flight by the end of the week? Or maybe it's just I have so many free ones and I just pay out of pocket for that. I don't like what it's done here. Maybe that's temporary. We'll see what happens. Oh, there we go. That's better, but I still think that should align here. We'll see. Or this should be just below the button. Okay, so done. I have implemented the following changes. Disabled mic button when no contacts are selected. Choose who to send button. Shows prominently when no contacts are selected. Highlight animation when the user taps disabled mic. Okay, let's try this. Ooh, okay. Error. Minimize. I get this error when I tap the disabled mic. Also, I think the choose who to send to should go below the microphone. Yep, that's all for now. Bismillah. So we'll let that cook. The question is, do we add the bird sounds to Wispy app? Or do we add, is there like a cloud? I guess wind? I don't know. Okay, so it's down here now. Oh, that looks nice. Mashallah. I fixed both issues. Change the scale animation, button move below mic. Okay, so let's click this. Oh, I gotta recompile. Sometimes you forget about that stuff. Bismillah. So that's gonna take a bit to cook. While that's cooking, while it's in the oven, let's check out. Okay, so this finally loaded. So I have to figure out why it takes so long to load. But you can see I'm on clock here for work. Got walking the dog, read Quran, so on and so forth. And then if I want to pull up another one of my schedules, if you go here, this is one that has a bunch of events on it. You got snack fruit, breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, Isha. Oh, this is going to be loading. So essentially, with that other app, the nice thing is that you will just have a nice visualization. That's all I'm going to say. It's not anything crazy. Oh, but yeah, you have your sunrise, which changes to the sun, and your sunset, which changes to the moon, and your times of day. And then you can always reset to now. Okay, let's head back into Wispy. Let's close that. Let's click that. Nice. So you try and record, choose who to send to. This needs to be higher up. Okay, so I'm going to give it a screenshot. On the choose recipient screen, the record your letter button is below the tabs at the bottom. We need to shrink the vertical height of this screen so that the record your letter button doesn't get cut off. All right, it's whirring, it's cooking, it's combiscubobulating. That's not a word, is it? We'll let it cook, what should we work on in the meantime? We did have, oh, yeah, we need the final animation for sending, and that's in Spleen. Comet, Spleen, back, this one. So this needs, there we go, that's perfect. So we need that to happen in the update code export. I'm gonna say ghosty. Okay, so it says that's fixed. Let's save that. Git add dot git commit dash m record your letter flow git push. Now let's say here I would like the animation spleen that I'm going to provide you to play full screen, full width, full height, and animated when the letter is sent successfully. Not the webhook part, but like just the hit send letter button. This should show up right after. And then have a button, all the buttons, tabs at the bottom, so they can go either compose another letter or view their letters, so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to compile this first. So where we left off, we were looking into this button here. Record your letter. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, as long as you can drag up and down here, record your letter, change. We don't need it to be able to select multiple. We're not sending out chain letters. Yeah. But let's do the animation first of it sending. So let's make sure this is saved. Yep. Okay, let's let it cook. Infer. Discombobulate. Something like that. Bismillah. I thought we already had Spleen installed. So let me check. Don't we have that installed already? And yeah, this animation is going to be nice. Like imagine that when you send a letter. Boom. I got to give credit where credit's due. So that animation came from, or that model came from this, how do you put it, user. So if we go to, I couldn't find it, but I will pass it. And actually we have this as well. So I think we should incorporate this one too. Maybe that's the one we use instead. Oh no, that should be for sending out the letter. Okay. Yep. That's the one. So let's go to export Next.js. Oh, it's cooking. Control Z ghosty. Wants me to install. Okay, I'll trust it. So it'll do that when it sends. And then you want to proceed. Yes. Because I actually want to replace it. So replace with this spleen file. Or actually, I can just do that myself once it gets set up. So control.cursor. Yeah, once that shows up, it's still calculating, cooking, discombobulating. Okay, so 50M. Command shift, yeah. 50M, 50M, success. I don't need this one. So let's just make a new one here. Let's call this one _1. And let's rebuild. And we're going to test the animation. We can test it off here, but I gotta log into the Wispy account. And we'll skip the image portion. Bismillah. Okay. iPhone 16 Pro. I needed some updated iOS in my Xcode. Subhanallah. Alhamdulillah. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Okay. It's compiling, which is good. We're gonna log out of here. We're gonna sign in. Well, we'll wait for it to compile, then we'll sign in because I use Clerk. So if we go to Clerk and we go to users, we'll see our users here that have signed up. And then if we go to Convex, we have our users here, which have an ID, and the letters have user IDs attached to them. So that's how everything connects. Okay, so this is loading. Oh, I didn't want to go that direction. Alhamdulillah. Oh, I don't like this border here. We'll get back to that. Okay, so I got my login here. And Bismillah. Oh, I may have to reset my password. Let me just check something. So if I go to, I'm gonna make it a real simple password. User, view profile. Is there a way to reset password? Settings, actions. That's an add-on. Okay, so here is where I can change the password. All right, so let's change it. Do something simple for now. Okay. Bismillah. All right. Ghosty simulator. Let's try. If this doesn't work, why is it incomplete? We're gonna call it here, but this is one of the new loading animations.